welcome YouTube, welcome Brawlic Studios, welcome 8.5 listeners. You are listening to Pill Podcast, uh, where we talk about a lot of issues regarding the manosphere, men, our health, wellness, and beyond. I'm Evan Mastronardi, podcaster and multimedia person in debt. I am a father of a wildcat, uh, renter of one bedroom apartment person, and yeah, wearer of wearer of Black Matter apparel. Everyone go follow and buy their stuff because I'm an ambassador. And yeah, that's my intro. And yeah, a single guy with a roommate that's a cat that I can't claim as a dependent and a bar in my house. And I'm here with
Olivier. I'm going to describe myself as a father, educator, and an enjoyer of Evan's intros because each time you describe yourself, it gets more and more interesting. I'm just like, all right, yeah, cool. I'm vibing with
I
myself.
know
And you say something left field a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay.
that's my goal each time to fit that in
Ooh.
before Verizon. So, how's it going? How's the dad life?
Uh, doing all right. Doing pretty well. In fact, my wife and I had a conversation about. Long story short, we had a conversation about a little bit of my emotional lacking, or rather, my emotional
Mm,
frustration about being a father. In the sense of right now, I feel like I'm kind of behind because I work all the time, and like my
mm-hmm.
wife has a routine; she figured it out, and I'm still trying to figure out my footing in it. So I'm a little bit frustrated. Um, and I'm happy because we were able to talk about the problem and then come up with solutions for us to work on together, right? And today, I was listening to my parents. They were having an argument about something, but like I realized the fact that they were doing what we were doing, right? Instead of like talking about like this is the problem, this
Mm,
is how I feel, this is the problem, this is how I feel, and they both were able to get to the point of I understand what you're saying, but this is how I feel. And then I realized that, oh shoot, my wife and I had that generational curse, but we broke it because we came to a solution, right? We're no longer gonna be stuck in that same conversation again about this is the problem, this is how I feel about the problem, and just talking in circles of I understand how you feel, you understand how I feel. We're actually going with some sort of solution and move forward. And like I was excited, dapped up my wife. My kid was there. She saw us giving each other high five. She was like, "Yeah!" I was just like, it was nice.
that's very cute.
It was nice to see literally the generational trauma um, actually be broken. Um, because it was literally my parents were upstairs and I hear them bickering about the same argument. I'm like, you guys are saying the same thing. But I'm like, we did that yesterday, but we had a solution. And I come downstairs, tell my wife about it. She's like, yeah. And she's like, it's annoying. I'm like, absolutely. But we were excited. And like us being excited, being my daughter happy and excited, I'm just like, this is what we go to therapy for. This is what you go to therapy for. Got to put in the work,
Right.
people. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at. What about you, man?
All generations in the house like a circuit, and then the last part of the circuit is your daughter who gets the result and then goes like, yeah, like to confirm the circuit's been completed. So very metaphoric, very beautiful. I'm unemployed with a cat, so I'm trying. So the circuit is a little different here, uh, but I'm keeping strong
Mm-hmm.
and feeding him more than I feed myself. And you're supposed to always want for your child a better life than you had for yourself. So I've done that for him. I feed him the good shit. He has all the toys. He's right here listening. He's pretty much has the entire house. And yeah, he's probably more, if I have any sort of TikTok or Instagram, not whatever profile, it's more because of him. So I think I've this is the child that anyone else in my family is gonna get if they're looking for grandchildren. So like this is where it's gonna get. So to me, I'm just trying to provide a better life for him, and that's why I'm out here grinding. But let's go to what would help that grind, which is a sponsor. And oh, look at that. We don't have one. Still no sponsor. So, absolutely nothing, as we joke, absolute value, whatever you want to call it, absolute vodka, whatever. Sponsor us or someone else, and that would be nice. Because guess who's not waiting for a sponsor? All these crazy red pillars who have terrible messages and make a lot more money than we do. So if someone wants to be behind alternatives, put your money where your mouth is, and help us get out of the working class social mobility cycle. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, very nice.
I think it would be. Anyway, so um, I want to continue our conversation on the podcast. You were talking about blackpilling, mogging, clavicularness.
Ah, yes, look
Go
maxing,
ahead.
all that.
What is going on here? Because I missed
Um,
this.
yeah. So a friend of mine sent me an article about look maxing and wanted my thoughts and opinions. I am not an expert on this, but this is what I understand about look maxing. Look maxing is
Mm-hmm.
essentially the idea of making yourself look as godly, beautifully as possible, right? But in the lens of European standards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if anyone is African descent or Latin descent, of any of those, or Asian descent, you are kind of cut out, right? So this only applies to essentially white nationalist males. So this is definitely a pipeline of being like,
Yeah.
you work out, you look good, but also you want to look like this European god statue, Greek god statue. That's essentially the goal. It's been going on. The article says since 2014. Another friend of mine said, "Nah, it's been going on since 2010." But that was back when incels were still doing that. Did did we lose Evan?
What? Did it stop just because I looked at another tab?
Still says live on
Okay.
my end.
Apparently it can't handle. Oh, apparently it can't handle four tabs. Four. Four tabs. Can't handle four tabs. Certainly can't handle switching between two tabs.
That's too
Big
much.
no-no for Verizon.
That's too much.
Too much. So I was trying to look about the clavicalness while he was speaking and looked maxing while he was speaking about it, but it's too much.
Ah, can't do that.
Anyway, sorry for
Yeah,
that internet break. Continue.
yeah, no problem. So essentially, look maxing is again the idea of like making yourself look as godly, beautifully as possible.
Hmm.
You want to
To your
ascend,
standards.
right? You want to
Hmm.
ascend and go up and never go down. And there's also a thing called black pill, which is being very, which is nihilism, just being like, hey, no matter what you do, no matter how much you work out, no matter how much surgery you do, you'll never be good enough. You'll never look good enough. And right now, the current poster boy of it is Clavicular. He has been associated with some Red Pill guys, including Fresh and Fit,
Uh-huh.
Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko. They all had a little boys thing, whatever. So he's been associated with that.
And Nick Fuentes recently said, like, women are the root of all of our problems.
I don't know what
On
that
like,
man even says. He did
hey,
also
but
like
guess who does
release
get sponsorships? Nick Fuentes.
Fuentes.
So, guys, if you want to sponsor something else, now's the time before we get in the camps. It would be nice. But anyway, so you want to actually prevent it, probably need more people with a
Yes.
platform that aren't Nick Fuentes.
Oh,
But
you can't. You gotta give me warnings.
throwing it in there.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, like he just said something basic like the other day, but it got a lot of headlines because, like, again, this is 20 years ago. This is a guy in a bar in Long Island just screaming about women. Today, that is, I don't know if he's a multimillionaire, but he's certainly doing well financially, or at least had the capacity to. Um, and like doing just fine. Just saying, like, women are the root of all evil, like it's a fucking, epiphany. are the root of all of America's problems, whatever. Now, I know when he says that, he means something even more so. He means feminism. He's not talking about women that will perpetuate his nonsense. There are many women, many white women who voted for Donald Trump, some even non white. So I know what he really means. He means things that are about women's independence and women's agency and choice. God forbid. Um, all the way back, Eve getting that apple. He's still probably mad. That's where this all comes from. Can't trust them. Can't trust them in a supermarket. They're gonna take everything.
A friend
All
of
the things you
mine,
shouldn't be buying.
a friend of
Fruit of
mine
the devil and shit.
was talking about the Bible and how like Eve is not technically the first woman; it's a woman named Lilith. And the problem with Lilith and Adam was the fact that they were trying to figure out who was going to be the bottom. And Lilith was like, "I'm not going to submit to you. I'm not going to be submissive," and she left Eden or something like that. So if you're talking about biblically speaking, Lilith is a first feminist.
I did not know that. I never thought that there is another person before Eve.
Apparently, there was.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's some agency. Just dipping from Eden. That's some agency to me. Well, anyway, obviously it's not sustainable to say women are the root of all issues. Also, what doesn't make any sense is that you kind of need them to procreate. So, like, how does that one work? If you need them to procreate and, like, you're constantly doing things for them, maxing, by the way, like extra clenching of jawlines, and but they ain't shit. That's a lot of work for someone that ain't shit. Just saying. Unless, as you have pointed out, this is all
Just,
to impress each other.
just be gay. Just be
In
gay.
which case, nothing wrong with being gay. Or if you are a straight man and that's really what you're about, reevaluate your priorities because, sounds like you're more interested in impressing other men. Now, to talk about this in a serious aspect, look, I'll be the first to say men and body insecurity is not discussed enough, and body image is not discussed nearly enough. But this is not helping. This is making everything worse. Because
Yeah.
what this is doing is putting men through things. Just first of all, it's normalizing, like, this isn't about even weight and height. This is changing your fucking face.
Yeah.
This is jawline expansion. I don't even know what that is. Like, what I don't even know what's.
Jawline definition? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but in the back in the day, we just call that losing body fat. So, what like didn't you also tell me like Matt Rife had something done to himself like
No,
this? The
nah.
comedian.
Maybe I don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has. I'm pretty sure he has. Let's double check on that. This is why we have sources.
That he did that for part of his image
I think so. Let's put up plastic surgery.
before and after surgery. Yes, he did. Oh wow, he really did. Oh my god, that's a big difference. And he looks like a normal guy beforehand. This is crazy.
I mean, according
Like this
to
is no longer.
did we lose Evan? Is he gone? Evan, I knew it. They got my boy. They got my boy. Every single time I did, I could have get him to get my boy. Oh, Perfect Derby, where are you? I need you right now. It's just me, myself, and I, the three of us. And I don't seem like I'm insane, so always Perfect Derby was here. Uh, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking at his photos right now. I was looking at Matt Rife from before and after. Um, I don't know. It doesn't look like he did do surgery. Definitely the teeth thing. He definitely got his teeth fixed for sure. That for sure. I mean, wait, hold on. How old was he? Was to say because it was for canceled. I mean, if Matt Rife did it, he did it. I don't know what to tell you guys, to be honest. If he, I mean, from based off of what I'm looking at here of these two photos side by side from BuzzFeed.com, which is a somewhat and it's a heavy on somewhat reliable source. At least the photos here are is definitely true that this is Matt Rife. Like his teeth definitely fixed. His ears are look the same, and his jaw it looks similar, but who knows? Who knows? I according to one source, at least I'm looking at this. Let's see here. According to what's the source? Turkey Luxury Clinic saying that he didn't do it, but then there's like a some TikTok doctor being like he definitely had it done. Who knows? I have no idea. And also Matt Rife doesn't pay me, so why should I care? Right? Why should I care about what Matt Rife does? He's a comedian. Some people think he's fine, some people don't. I think his jokes are decent. They're not that great. Like they're not like that thoughtful behind it, but they got my boy Evan. They got him. They got him. While I still got the time, I want to shout out to my boy Wellington for listening to the podcast. I appreciate you. Shout out AJ. Shout out Alex. Who else can I shout out here? Abhinav. So if I said a bunch of A's, just three A's in a row with the W. Wow. Oh, whoo, jeez. Jesus, man, that was stupid. Wow. uh, nah, but seriously though, but this whole entire thing about look maxing and the my worry is that, or my concern about look maxing is I'm questioning whether or not it's going to be a legitimate thing that will stay here. Will it actually be here? Will it actually be anything? Would it be an actual cultural thing or impact on this country as a whole? And honestly, to be honest, I have no idea. I don't know. We've had multiple movements or things that popped up over well since the beginning of humanity, essentially, right? Um, and I remember I was talking with my friend, um, shout out again Abhinav, right, talking about how this whole entire looks maxing thing is just a textbook new form of eugenics, right? The idea that European white standards is the correct way, and everything else is incorrect, and they are the pinnacle of male standard beauty. That's one. The other thing is like American male insecurity is so weird, right? And I'm speaking more so like white male. I'm not talking about like just like necessarily like physically looking like a white male. I mean that when I speak about white male, I'm talking about the mentality of white males. Because like, do you know how much effort and time you got to put into thinking about how much you don't look good? Like it's just too much. It's just way too much. And evident we've spoken about it before about how like the standard of or like the male gaze is so negative, not just for women but also for men, right? The way we look at ourselves is just so horrible and rancid and just disgusting. Like if you literally go to almost any other country, like it's much I won't say much. I'd just say like generally speaking, just a different standard of what masculinity looks like, right? And the masculinity here that I'm seeing being brought up over and over again is just fucking weird. All right, it's just fucking weird. It's just like these, and I'm thinking about like these boys, these young boys who don't know any better, and this is who you're picking, Clavicular, who's Oh, Clavicular was doing an interview with somebody, I don't know who, and they're asking who do you vote for, JD Vance or Gavin Newsom, and he said Gavin Newsom because he looks better. Essentially, he just has better looks than JD Vance, and that's the entire standard that he needs to do. That's it, just based purely on looks. And the other thing is, at least according to Clavicular, at least based on the video I've been watching, um, talking about Clavicular, how he's been doing these crazy drugs, like allegedly doing, uh, what's another way of calling it? I can't think. I just gotta call it the way it is, right? Doing cocaine, apparently doing meth, apparently doing some other form of drugs and other drugs that make him look better, and like just so many things. And like honestly, like when you keep trying to chase these shallow things, you become so much more depressed and sad. It shoot like to be honest, I've kind of been there myself. You know, trying to work out all the time, do this and the third, lose weight. I was trying to get down to like 180 at one point. Like I was tiring myself, but even though I already look pretty good for what I was doing, even compared to who I was before, right? And now at the age of 31, going on 32 this year, like I'm much more comfortable about who I am, what I look like. I still want to work out. I still want to lose some weight, but that's more of like of a functional aspect, not just like an aesthetic aspect. If you're trying to chase your life or trying to chase things purely for the aesthetic thing or purely for financial, it's gonna be shallow. You're gonna have a hard time, and you're not gonna be fulfilled. What's happening? Playing the Chicago Bulls. So that's what I gotta say about that, right? Like no matter how much work you put in to make yourself look good, right? Someone's gonna look theoretically better than you do. Theoretically, will be someone who has more money than you do, unless you're what's his name, Elon Musk, right? He's literally the most richest man in the world. But I'm just kind of like, you're the richest man in the world, but you also seem to be the most miserable to me. You just seem to be the most miserable person in the world. So I don't even know what's even the purpose or point of having all this money if you're going to be that miserable. But like what do I know? What do I know? I'm a social studies teacher who teaches teaches the sixth and seventh graders. I'm just trying my best. That's all I can do. But this look maxing stuff and all this other, I learned about black pill this past Friday about like what it was. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is what you guys are gonna fight against? You're gonna fight against black pill? Oh, I do think that all these ideas have always been here, but like it's just weird. It's just weird. It's weird. It's weird. All right. What's that one guy who I watch on Instagram? It's like shit's getting weird. Part infinity. Excuse me. That's what comes to my head. Like each time we have more and more of these things, and like we have a current president who annoys me beyond belief, and then his supporters who still support him now. You still support him now. Like you still support him now. Like you could have supported him. I'm not supported him, but like the first okay, like the first time, like 2016, voting for him, I understood why you did, right? And then we went through that whole entire debacle. Second time, I was like, if you voted for him a second time, I was kind of like, did you not see what happened the second time? We didn't see what happened the second time. Okay, all right, cool, 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 cool. We didn't understand the second time, and then the third time, like if you voted all three times, I was like, bro, there ain't no way, man, no way. But you know what? 54% of those can read past sixth grade. 54% of adults cannot read past sixth grade in America. That is wild, wild. Some days I'm just like I don't know why I even teach. Some days I legitimately don't know why I even teach. It's the uphill battle that you'll never win. You have admin. You also have the system itself, all working against you, right? And the crazy thing is to me is like the people know the system is not working. Rather, it is working, right? Because they just want dumb people to be submissive and non-combative, right? Because if you're smarter, if you know better, you can do better. Doesn't mean you always will. Doesn't mean you always will. But if you are smarter, if you understand different ideas, different um, theories, I said I did the same thing. If you understand other people's feelings and emotions and have empathy and sympathy for somebody else other than yourself, and then have a community behind it to actually agree on things, oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And by you, I mean more or less the government, right? So, am I surprised? Am I baffled anymore? No, not anymore. Oh, we got my boy Evan. Evan's coming right back. He's coming right back. Nah, I hear nothing. They got him, but they silenced you. They said no, no First Amendment for Evan. That's what they said. Still nothing. They're like, this is too much. An educated black man plus an educated white man working together. Absolutely not. Can't have this going on. Trying to have unity in this country. Nah, what are you thinking? Bad Bunny? No.
All right.
Yes, now I
We're
can hear
gonna do
you.
it this way.
Ah, they got him again. They cut him off. They got him. They got rid of my boy. Shin, they got my boy. They got Evan. He's gone. Evan's gone. Again.
Oh, wow.
They do this every week. Every single time. Because they know we're spitting hot fire out here to our three listeners. Not right now. I don't even know how people are listening to us, to be honest. But I'm having a great time. But we do. I know we do have people who listen to us after the fact.
After the fact, okay.
The when we do the post, whatever, start editing stuff. Everyone have a great time editing this together. You have a wonderful time editing this. This one's gonna be fun.
It's live right now.
Yeah, it's live right now. So yeah, everyone can hear you.
Hello, everyone.
There's nobody. It's just me. Oh.
Lord. Is on? He's back on yet?
No, he's not. He's still gone. Evan's still gone. In fact, all I'm doing is just adding in dead airspace. Evan's gonna have a great time editing all this together. Have you heard about look maxing? Have you heard about that before? Look. So look maxing is the idea of literally these men trying to make themselves look as good as possible, like a Chad. And a Chad is someone who's like 6'4", 6 foot, above 6 feet tall, 6-pack, chiseled face, abs. Think of like the Greek statues, right? The Greek god statues. They're trying to look like that. That is their goal.
That's a Chad.
That is it. That is more or less a Chad, right? And they're trying to ascend. Make themselves look better. That aspect. Some of these men have done height surgery to increase their height.
Oh, knee surgery.
No. Like they extend their leg or whatever. Yeah. So some of them have done that. Some of them have done plastic surgery, to make their face more chiseled, remove the fat in their face, remove fat from their bodies, work out. So that's hard maxing, right? From what I understand. And then soft maxing is when you try to do things more naturally. You go to the gym, you diet, exercise, and then like you'll chew on this little thing or whatever to help you like work on your jaw muscles to make it more
interesting.
Yeah, so that's
that workout for your jaw.
Yes, right. That's the idea. But
Yeah,
but the thing is though, a lot of these guys, one guy, he's a poster boy right now. His name is Clavicular. And Clavicular, he's been trying to make himself. He has been doing surgery to make himself look.
What?
Yes.
What's his name?
Clavicular. Clavicular. What do you think when I say clavicular? What comes to your mind?
Two words that can just combine together.
What are the two words do you think that he's combined together?
Clitoris and
Clavicle. I'm glad you said that because Evan said the same thing. He's like, his name sounds like clavicle and clitoris put together. No, that's his streamer name. I don't know his real name off the top of my head, nor do I care. Yeah, and then there's this thing called mogging,
Mhm.
and mogging is essentially like one guy is looking better than the other guy, and then he steals his girl, or steal the girl, or pick up girls around him.
Wait, you said clavicular,
Clavicular.
and you said a rope that the one to look like a Greek god.
Yes. So he's been doing surgeries.
I mean, you do have gods named that have similar name to that clavicular.
Yes, right, but I'm not sure where he got his name from. But I just like to make fun of him because he is part of the red pill community, at least associated with them.
Oh, he's one of those guys. Wow.
Yes, he's one of those guys, and he just thinks that looks is essentially the only thing that matters, right? Looks is the only thing that is what's going to get you the job, and get you the girl, all those things. And what I'm trying to, at least my opinion, is that if you are chasing after shallow things, right? If you're chasing after just money, if you're chasing after just looks, you are one, gonna have to keep doing it forever. Two, someone's gonna have more than you, someone's gonna look better than you.
That's true.
Right? And even if you have the most amount of money in the world, like Elon Musk, right? He has the most amount of money in the world. I don't know about you, but at least whenever I see him in interviews, he seems miserable.
He is.
He's miserable, or he's very robotic. He doesn't understand real life.
I don't think he sleeps much.
I don't know about. I mean, I don't know about sleeping or not, but the way he talks and walks and acts, and like it is.
Not happy.
They are not
They have
happy.
too much things to manage.
Forget about too much things to manage. It's just like you're literally chasing after a thing that is almost unattainable. His entire identity is being the world's richest man, and if he's not the world's richest man, he doesn't know what else to be. Right? That's his whole entire life. That's his entire personality. Right? Clavicular, in my opinion, his entire personality is looking good. So what happens to Clavicular when he's looking good? Yes.
You back?
Yeah. And there's an echo.
There's an echo?
Yep.
Why would anything work?
Because of clavicular, that's why.
Doesn't. I don't even know what to say about it. There's an echo. Okay, there's an echo when I speak.
No, just me.
Okay, I'm gonna mute. Try now.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Nah, I don't hear it anymore.
Okay. This is fucking Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but there's 18 bears, and they're all like fucked up and run by Verizon.
Yes.
Let's try. Let's try this for Max.
I know I said my echo.
You still hear the echo? Okay, we'll try this.
Very small and slight.
You know who doesn't have a problem with an echo? Nick Fuentes. That's why you should like give us money, because he's gonna have his content look just fine. No echoes, nothing. All right, hold on.
As you try to fix yourself, I'm gonna add the fact that you're gonna have a great time editing this, because Shen came in. We're talking about look maxing and all this other stuff. So you're gonna have a great time editing this one, Evan. You're gonna have a great time editing this. Are you? I mean, you're a side celebrity, yeah, kind of. If you want to come in and say hello, you can. You just can't hear him.
Am I a celebrity?
Oh my god! Wow, Jesus Christ!
Okay.
No, go away. You can't hear him. He can hear you though. I'm not gonna translate, back and forth, and I'm gonna take it off my headphones. What do you want from me?
My mom.
No one knows. No one knows. And also no one cares. I don't care. You still look good to me every day.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Verizon.
All right. Wait. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Do you hear yourself echo or no?
No.
All right. We're restarting this. I also have no idea now if this is going to. Do you see on your end if it's going where it's supposed to go to like all these other places to fucking whatever Twitch?
I mean, I do have one tab open for the Twitch to see if it's still working. And it looks like, yeah, it's still working.
All right. Well, good. All right. Well, this is what we'll do for now. Now I'm using the iPad, the thing that's older than the thing I was on by like 6 years. So this is where we're at now. And anyway, let's go all the way. You know what I was thinking? You know that meme where it's like it's from the movie, I think it's Bird Box, where like they're holding the eyes open of you know the meme I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where it's like and the meme is generally around the notion of you're trying to expose someone to something like that they'll be forced to look at it. So I want to take the Verizon CEO and the Riverside CEO and I want them to be next to each other and I want to do this so they could see what hath been created in their name and what we're paying for here. That's what I want to do. That's just a little bit of research.
I feel like one is gonna bite you in the ass because like Riverside and Verizon, like, we want to sponsor you. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Well, but here's the thing. Like they're fucking themselves up because if you want to sponsor us, you have to give us better service. Because no one's gonna listen to this. Like if every time we're just breaking out every time, and then Olivier's talking to himself. So anyway. We're
already. See, you gotta.
All right, the recordings.
You gotta stop fucking smack. You gotta stop fucking smack.
The recording stopped again. Oh my god. All right. Anyway, so oh my god. So Matt Rife got surgery.
Yeah,
that's where no, he did. There's before and afters. There's what the fuck is happening?
Oh, they got him again. They got him again. They take out my boy. They take him out. I don't mean to laugh at him. I really don't. It's just a situation. I think I'll be laughing at whoever is here. I think it's just hilarious. Oh, he's back again.
All right. Anyway. So yeah, that dude got surgery and this is becoming mainstream to just have surgery on your face. He looked like a normal dude. And he's not like, you know, he's of average, if not taller height. He's a white guy. He perfectly could blend in or have a career, including based on his appearance as is. And yet he wants to get us, he gets us. And this is the other thing that bothers me so much about this. This is, and I think in one of the many iterations of Verizon's interference, I heard you say something about this, which is that it's something about white males. And it's like, this is, most people can't get this shit. Okay. I have problems getting Medicaid. Motherfuckers are expanding their jawline. All right. This is not normal. This is not what normal people spend money on for otherwise functioning, for otherwise traditionally attractive, well-presenting men. It's not enough.
I mean, what I was gonna say was, like I told Shen earlier, it's like that if you are chasing after these superficial, shallow things, someone else is gonna have more than you or be better than you at it, right? No matter how good you look, because you told me someone else objectively better looking than you, right? That's one. Two, if you're chasing after just money, there's someone that's gonna be richer than you are. And if you're the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, you are miserable as a person. You have no personality. There's nothing else to offer. If I take away your money, who are you? What are you? Literally nothing, right? And for these guys who are look maxing, right? The idea is like supposed to look good all the time. And if you're doing plastic surgery, if you're doing all these things, when you get older, you're gonna age like milk. All right, Sylvester Stallone has plastic surgery. Like you see it on his face, he just does not look good. It just doesn't look good, right? I could say objectively speaking, it just doesn't look good. And then what's that the actress,
Well,
the one who did Freaky Friday, the mom with Lindsay Lohan.
is that Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes, right. And I think she's in her 60s now.
Mhm.
Gorgeous, gorgeous
Yeah.
woman, right? Age like fine wine. She is theoretically look maxing, and the idea is supposed to be you're supposed to look as youthful as possible as you get older. If you're doing plastic surgery now in your 20s and 30s, when you reach 40, when you reach 50, you have to do more plastic surgery. It just doesn't look good. When you keep forcing the skin to be younger or more youthful, you have less. You just you talk like this. It just doesn't look good. It just does not look good.
And like, what if climate change makes shit like biodegrade, and then just like part of you is just I'm just thinking of like the worst of the worst. But anyway, or if like there's bad chemical reactions one day. But anyway, getting your jawline changed is extremely invasive to get all up in there. So this is a horrific thing, and it's again like I'm someone who said I understand why guys who are 5'10", Mr. or 5'11", Mr. Taraban, but guys who are like under 5'7" that hear people talk about 6 feet as someone who, like I said, was medically born with growth deficiency. I understand in certain circumstances the leg bone lengthening. I understand that because we have in a society where it's like men who are below a certain height are disqualified. And I understand the thought process, having lived it. What I can tell you is that jawline ain't it, okay? It's not about having the perfect cheekbone, the perfect jawline. These are luxuries. These are things that most people don't have money for, and even people who otherwise could be traditionally successful, regular ass to mediocre white men. So it's just ridiculous to me that this is setting a trend that is getting so much attention that young men, especially young men, think about young men who don't come from a lot of money, white or any background, and they save up their money to what? Have a wider jawline? To looks max? Bro, you know what looks maxing is? Like I always said, if you're 5'7" and up, I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to fucking hear it. Okay? If you're 5'7" up, you are just fine if you do some basic maintenance. Work out. If you can't grow a beard, maintain your facial hair. Have whatever facial hair you can. Have a good diet. Work out. You'll be fine. If you can't make it to 5'6", I would take you aside and say, we got more work to do. But it does not involve stretching out the bejesus of your fucking chin. Okay? It's going to involve other things that you have absolute control over. I've lived through it. Okay? So this is putting on, it is capitalizing on male body insecurity. It is creating an exorbitant expense that some men are going to think they need when, like, get a gym membership first, please. Like, I don't want to hear about cheekbones if we're not doing push-ups, if we're not like doing like trying to do some cardio, if we're not trying to eat better. Like, I don't want to hear it, especially if you have a little bit of money. I do not want to hear it. Okay? What this is a rich man's shortcut. That's all. And there's nothing special about it. Nothing alpha, nothing to look up to.
But Evan, the red and black pill think this is the way to live life, right?
Get a fucking jelly bean already. I'm tired of hearing about all these fucking colors and pills and crayons and Stacy's and Chads. Like, are you an adult? Sound like one, please. Like, it's just it gets me so mad how much, it just gets me so mad these people have money, especially the people that spew this
to like the random people online. Like they get so much funding, and we have absolute. It just gets me so bad because it's like this is nonsense that mostly will not apply to the real world, that most women are not going to give a shit about. There's a ton of women out there. Is there superficial things plaguing men? Yes. Do we have
Yeah.
body image things that we don't talk about? Yes. I am the
Yep.
first one to fucking talk about it. But it is not about perfecting your facial bone structure. Okay. There's so many basic things. Look maxing is, again, black pilling, look maxing, all these fancy words. Black pilling is just abject pessimism. Okay, we have words in the dictionary for it. Now, to Olivier's favorite point, most of us in this country can't read past the 6th grade level. I understand.
54% of adults can't read past 6th grade in America.
All right, but like adding vocabulary is not the answer, especially
Whoa.
That's
Slow
not-
down there.
that's-
That's a big word. That's a big word.
yeah, vocab. Like look maxing is not. Listen, look maxing is just let's work within our control to maximize how attractive we are. Yes, to others, but also to ourselves. Like, you first have to like how you look in the mirror. You have to be, and I know that's not always easy, and I know that has social pressures tied to it. But if you work out and you're working on your physical image, you're going to feel better. Okay, biologically, endorphins. When you do especially exercises like squats and deadlifts that work on multiple muscle groups, like this is the real science shit. Okay, that will help you, and so will talking to someone. That's your brain exercise. That's your emotional exercise. Okay, talk to someone, whether it's a group of guys that are supportive. Yes, therapy. All of these things can help you. Look maxing will not. Look and looking up to these men as if they are your supreme leader, to me, is a not a very masculine thing to do. Be your own man. First of all, I don't know why you're looking to this. So it's just sad to me that so many men, think of all the young boys. I mean, you're a father of a girl, but still, like, think of all, you could say the same thing for girls. And if girls that are getting plastic surgery at young ages or getting augmentation for this or that at young ages, like, this is damaging to our children.
I don't know. There's a subsect for look maxing for girls.
Yeah.
For boys, I believe like the pinnacle male is a Chad, and I believe the pinnacle for a woman is a Stacy.
Stacey.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know.
Stacy, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What does she look like? I didn't even look at it. I didn't care. Right. It doesn't matter. And I was talking to myself earlier. I was like, when I was younger, when I was started working out like seriously, um, I'll admit the fact, like, I was obsessed with getting to a certain goal weight and having a certain physique and looking whatever. I was trying to get 6-pack abs and a third. Even though I was looking good, and I looked at a photo of myself from years ago, I was like, compared to like now that I'm older, I have softer eyes. I'm like, wow, I did look good, right? At the time, I was so obsessed with like, oh, if I look X, Y, and Z, I
Right.
will get 1, 2, 3. All right. Even though I knew intellectually it wasn't going to happen, but I was kind of still a little bit of belief in there. Now I'm 31, going 32. I still want to go back to the gym, but more so for function and not necessarily just for
Right.
aesthetic.
Right.
Right. The aesthetic for me is a second hand of whatever it is. Now I'm trying to work out for function because I would like people to keep running when I'm 50 years old.
Right.
Running
able
when I'm
to
60. Yeah.
Catch up to your kid, like in the park, and like
Ex-
and like play sports with them and such. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the future and your
yeah.
health and being there.
And-
Absolutely.
And to be honest, also, yesterday I had a little sparring match with a younger guy.
Okay.
He's from a sister school, right?
Mhm.
Similar training styles, and usually I beat him in a fight. But yesterday, both my knees were giving out, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I got my ass handed to me. Right?
All right, but the knees, you're a little handy.
Nope.
I don't want to say it, but yeah.
No. Right? Because now Because now because I've been there, right? I've been to the point where I'm the lower
Yeah.
guy fighting against
Yeah.
the upper, and I'm like, oh snap, I got it today.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, man, I need you to chill out. So shout out to John. Next time I see you, both my knees are gonna be great.
Both knees are gonna work.
Both knees are gonna work, and I'm doing belt to ass.
I felt ass. Get that switch.
That's just
That's an old school word. These kids don't know about the Switch.
they don't.
They think
don't.
they think the Nintendo Switch. I was just about to say. They
Yeah.
think the Nintendo. I'm not talking about Nintendo.
No.
Have you ever seen the show Justified? It's one of my favorite shows.
No, not yet.
I think I've told you about it. No, it just reminded me of this scene where Raylan, the main character, gets his ass whooped, and then at the end he says, "And this time I'm sober," as if to say, like, this time, you will get an ass whooping. But anyway, no, but this is terrible, and I want to again, rich man's shortcut, guys. This is the privileged rich white boy shortcut. Okay, nothing special about it. What I'll tell you, and I'm writing a piece about this, is like, and also for Black History Month, is what Prince taught me. And I talk about Prince a lot. And, also I just put a little aside how people look at Black history as if it's for Black people. I think we need to reframe it as it's for everybody. And I didn't think about that until I was 17 and I dated a woman who's Black and Dominican. Now, whether or not she would have acknowledged she was Black at the time, I don't know.
Yeah.
But she did say something that told me she at least has some middle ground here. Because we went to, again, kids won't today. You remember the Tower Records?
Yeah.
In the Virgin Megastore in 42nd Street? Well, they used to have these huge posters, and one of them was Dr. King. And I remember her and I standing, I'm 17, she's 16, we're just high schoolers. And she goes, if it weren't for him, we wouldn't be together. And like, that is the first time I ever thought Dr. King did something for me. And we need to talk about that more. As a society, we make it look like, all right, now is when we talk about how the Black people help the Black people. It's like, no, it helped everybody. Helped everybody to have a more equitable life. And when I think about someone like Prince, even though I did get a lot of compliments when I dressed up like Prince from people of all backgrounds. And I was Game Blouse's Prince, by the way. And only a few people understood what, like Chappelle Show. Yeah. But these kids today, and this was years ago, no one understood why I was holding pancakes and a basketball and grapes. But anyway, what he taught me, again, Olivier's heard it, but for those who one day hopefully listen to this, the whole sexy just is. Men, stop focusing on all the things that you've heard women like and don't like. Focus on how you are in the moment with a woman. A lot of men don't think about this. Looks maxing, believing all these pickup bullshit artists. I want you to focus on the interaction. The best thing you can do when you're with a woman is have a positive interaction with her, because in that moment, unless she's a real piece of shit, she's not going to think about, well, I got to keep in mind my 6 foot or whatever, 5'10", whatever it is limit. I got to look in my jawline angle preference here. In that moment, you're in front of her. Like you know me, I'm always a baseball guy. Reggie Jackson said, when I got the bat in my hand, I control the narrative. You got the bat in your hand now. Okay. You get to decide what type of man she gets to talk to. She moves on. I always say, make them reject awesome. Be awesome. Make them reject it. But that's truly being a man, is focusing on the interaction. And that's what I got from Prince. Prince is like, I'm going to go up to this woman and be sexy. I'm going to go up to this woman and be myself. The way he interacts is like he can be among men much taller than him, much bigger than him, but he has a presence. And he has an aura of masculine, feminine, everything, sexiness. So that's what he taught me, is like, just be your own version of sexy. and then focus on the interaction with the person instead of thinking beforehand, well, I'm not this, I'm not that, she's looking for this, looking for that.
In today, or at least in the look maxing vocabulary vernacular, technically speaking, Prince was mogging, right? And mogging.
Oh,
is
right.
a-
Tell me about what this mug. It sounds like muggle. Go ahead.
so
Muggle,
mogging,
muggle.
so mogging essentially when one man outshines another man by being physically stronger and like picking up the girls, right?
You mean stunting? We've had words like this.
Well, this is a black pill look maxing clavicular stuff, right? That is mogging,
All right.
right? But instead of being like physically stronger, he just used his presence, his aura. He's just I am Prince,
Yeah.
right? There's almost little to no men in this world who could outprint Prince,
Right. Right. Exactly.
right? And
Exactly.
and like and listen, I would say I've had like similar, very small scale situations where it's kind of like all the men are just trying to do one thing, trying to all look together. I'm
Right.
coming in, I'm just kind of like, I'm like, you guys look kind of stupid, and then the girls
Right.
go like, why do you think that? I'm like, oh, because of the X, Y, Z. Oh my, you can think. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't get excited, please. I know I'm stupid. Okay, do not get excited. All right.
Don't say you're stupid. We're trying to increase the male, you know.
Right. And
Yeah.
I no, I agree with you. I understand. My mother told me, Olivier, there are two types of men in the world. There are those who are stupid and those who know they're stupid. I'm going to make you to a smart man. And I am 31 and I can proudly say, Evan, I know I'm stupid. But but because
right,
I know I am,
yeah.
but because I know I am, my goal is to make the next generation actually smart men. Right.
All right.
Okay.
That's good.
I accept the fact that I have reached the goal as far as I can. The next generation, I believe in you. The look maxers, no, you can take those back. Red pills, take them back. Black pill, take them back too.
Yeah, I mean, what you're talking about, though, in all honesty, well, now I'm gonna say a joke, is like the Boondocks thing, the known knowns, the known unknowns, and the unknowns,
No, yes.
which is actually really from Donald Rumsfeld, by the way. It's something that he said a long time ago about like intelligence and strategic shit. But in life, it is important to know what you don't know. So,
Yeah.
and a real man does, but you know that is nowhere in the Red Pill playbook. In the Red Pill playbook, you're supposed to know everything, and that's the Donald Trump playbook. But like, you can't know everything. Go up to Donald Trump and ask him about quantum physics. It's the best quantum physics ever. You know what? I can quantify this dick.
God damn, that was not where I was gonna go with it.
Some shit like that. Yeah, no, he's an idiot.
I was gonna say, you know, the Dow was great. It's
That
up.
was great.
The Jones is up, going up. Everything's up.
That's all the physics you need to know.
That's all the physics you need. It's everything's going up.
But like, what I'm saying is, what Prince and what other men, I think, in reality, not in fake, you know, privileged world and all these forums and the red pill advice, it's about focusing on your interaction with the person, and that actually takes effort, and that takes working on yourself, and that takes, you know, what the whole nonsense sometimes behind all this is a lot of men need to look to someone to guide them, to like say, I don't know, I'm joining these things because I don't know how to talk to women. I don't know how to talk to girls. I don't know how to, and I'll show you, you pathetic simp or something, is kind of like how these guys, I'll take you in. And like, the problem is a lot of these guys don't have anywhere else to go because people think they're losers. And this is why we need alternative spaces. So you're not a loser, but you need to also be your own man and not be so gullible, and also understand that women are people. Talk to them like people.
Well,
Yes.
You want me to, wait, hold on. Wait. You want me to talk to them like they're people?
Yes.
That is insane.
I know.
That
Talk
is
to
a
them like
lot.
people who you flirt with.
So you want me-
People?
So you want me to talk to women like I talk to my bros?
Like, partially, and then add in a level of flirtation and romance. That's
Oh.
how you, this is it's not a complicated formula, but you're going to have to develop that aspect of yourself over time. And what a lot of these men don't do is develop their own sense of themselves as a sexual being. It's like I've said many times here, a lot of men talk about sex, but not really talk about it. They talk about smashing it. They talk about slamming it, laying the dick. They don't talk about intimacy. They don't talk about, romance, none of that shit. If you're a guy that can demonstrate those levels and that spectrum, you'll do a lot better with many women. And also, again, stop this Pokemon shit. You don't got to catch them all. Like that's where red pill fucks so many people up. It's like, this Stacy curved me. There's always going to be an idiot that will curve you for being like whatever, too short, too this, too that. And there's always going to be things that are just unfortunate that don't work out. That's life. A real man is able to understand that and pick themselves up. That is masculinity. Masculinity isn't going online and bitching about it. Like in saying this, I didn't get I didn't get a 10 out of 10 today of all the women I asked out, or like this woman didn't like me back when I was trying to neg her and say your hair would look better if some dumb shit like, oh, it looks pretty, but it would look prettier if it looked like this, don't you know? It's like, yeah.
I would add the fact that like all these guys who are obsessed with just the looks, right, and like the women that they want to date who are also just with looks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying definitively. What I have seen is across the board, the people who are obsessed with solely aesthetics and just like what it looks like, right? It's almost like the royal family. Like you have to look the part. You have to keep looking good, keep looking good, keep looking good, and like that's a lot of pressure, right? To keep putting up the smoke and mirrors all the time. That's one. Two, the relationship is so shallow, right? Like, cause have you heard the show? What's the name of the show? It's a show of like a bunch of hot singles who go on the island.
Oh, Love Island, no? Or Fantasy Island?
I think some shit like that. That's some shit like that, right? And the last season was really, 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 really hot and whatever infamous because like relationships were just ending like that because it was strictly off of aesthetic, right? If it's strictly off of aesthetic, and I'm gonna use I think what my father says or my mom says is like you can put glitter on shit, it's still shit, you know. And what comes to my mind is like there's another video I saw of like this older woman, maybe in her 40s, I want to say. She looks good, right? She looks good, and her husband's right there next to her. He's got a beer gut, right? He's just a dad, he's just chilling on the beach, and these two young guys, right? Definitely Chads, right? If we're using this terminology. They're shooting their shot, right? Like, you're so pretty, you're so hot,
Wait, the dad's there while they're doing this?
Yeah. Like I'm assuming he's a father. I'm assuming he is, right? Because just based off his body shape. Is that fair? No, but I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, the husband's
right?
there.
The husband, right?
Yeah.
And like he is not paying no mind to it. Why? Because he's like, you can flirt all you want. You can say whatever it is. She will take the compliments, but she's going home with me.
Exactly. And that is why this, what was the word from Dr. Terabit? Exclusive attention dealer.
Exclusive attention dealer. Exclusive sex dealer.
That's why this shit is nonsense. You go to the beach with a baddie, you think you're still gonna be the exclusive attention dealer? Motherfucker's got eyes. Okay? It's okay. Life's gonna happen. You need enough trust in your woman, and she needs enough trust in you that this goes no further than looking at each other. And I've always said also, there's a difference between finding someone attractive and being attracted to them.
Yeah.
So when I have been in relationships, like serious ones, over time, many times that is something that developed, that I can find other people attractive, but I'm not attracted to them, meaning there is this pulling me to them. It's like, you may think about this and that, but at the end of the day, my attraction is being pulled. At least that's how I look at it, kind of metaphorically, as almost this force to the person that I am, the only person I'm physically intimate with. Again, I'm talking from a place of monogamy. other type of relationships obviously exist, but and I believe you've only been in monogamous relationships as well, or
Yep.
have you tried the polycule? Which
I
is
had,
which yeah.
listen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not built for it. I, I respect the people who do it.
Before this, not
Yeah,
not
before
now,
this, right?
Yeah.
Like I respect the people who do it, right? I respect those who are in a polycule or like, you know, in a
Yeah.
polyamorous relationship and actually are able to be mature about it. I respect you so much. I respect y'all more than the guys or women who have like 3 or 4 side boyfriends and girlfriends
Oh,
and
definitely.
yeah, right, whatever. But myself as a person, I cannot keep up. I can't do it. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. Would I be a jealous type if my partner had to, you know, date other people? No, I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't have the time to date all of my partners. I don't. I can't do it. And someone's gonna be mad at me for not doing my job enough. So, so I have one woman, one wife, and that's it. And even that I have issues with. So I'm good.
And that shit sound expensive. But
And it's
anyway,
expensive.
also, can we not make it sound like something beneath an atom under a microscope? Like a polycule? It sounds like molecule. It sounds like something, in chemistry. But anyway, I guess there is human chemistry, but still it sounds like, something in a petri dish. But but anyway, what I want to get to now, for all seriousness, now I'm gonna try to open a tab now that I'm on my iPad.
Mhm.
Verizon, let's see what you do. Also, I can hear you. Your image though keeps getting fuzzy and then normal, like the definition. So Verizon's, I guess, saying we can never give you the full service.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
All right. So, okay, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Uploading recorded? Recording. Okay, I hope so. Jesus. All right. I want to get back to the NFL player.
Oh yeah.
So, Vikings receiver Rondell Moore. I didn't know much about him. Did you know who he was?
No, I did not.
But this really got to me to see that, well, so he's dead at 25. It looks like it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Even without more information, just when this heading came up, I felt like something hit me. Because certain factors added together, right? 25 in the NFL and what looks like a suicide. You are, if your dream was to play football, you made it. You're in the NFL. Okay. You've got your whole life ahead of you. 25, I know, there's turnover in the NFL, but you're young. You have a lot of your prime years left. People can still play in the NFL until their 30s. Okay. What would get a man to kill himself while making it to the highest level of the sport that he loved and trained for? I don't know. I don't know we'll ever know, but it got me thinking about how many other athletes and also stars, rappers, and not just rappers, but rock stars, but many, and then the anniversary of Pop Smoke dying also came up recently too. But he was shot. But still, it's like how many people, especially let's be honest, it's Black History Month, and this is something to discuss. Like how many young black men just you never see grow old. I saw a beautiful post that showed Dr. King as an old man. And it said like black men deserve to grow old.
Yeah, I mean, for one, at least talking about Dr. King, I watched a documentary film about James Baldwin. It was his last manuscript before he died.
Wow.
And he was talking about his friends, Medgar Evers, Dr. King, Malcolm X, all died before the age of 40.
Yeah.
Right. When you're at 18, 17, 16 years old, you're like 40 is so far away. It's old. It's not. I assure you it is not. You will, if you are 16 listening to this, you're going to turn 25 very quickly. out of nowhere, and you'd be like, "Shit, what the fuck happened?"
Right. It's
but
true.
so there's that. The other thing is I want to add on at least to Rondell Moore. One, first and foremost, rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I was curious to see, like, it's like how long he's been in the NFL. Based off of this, he's been in the NFL for 5 years.
Wow. So since he
Well,
was 20.
Yeah, so at least here it says 2021, 2024. He had a 4-year contract rookie deal with the Cardinals. Then he had a 1-year contract with Minnesota Vikings of last year of March, right? And with technicality, oh wait, you know what might have happened? He suffered a season-ending knee injury during his 2025 preseason opener, meaning that he could not play in the 2025 regular season. So I mean, I've had knee injuries, and my second knee injury when I had it, it was emotionally devastating. And if I didn't go to therapy, and if I did not have my wife and my support group, I definitely could have gone to a much deeper and darker mental state,
Mhm.
right? And I don't know Rondell personally, I don't know him at all, but if this is what he's been working for his entire life, his entire career, and you have one season ending surgery, right? And when knees go out, they go out. So you physically
Yeah.
can't come back the same again. I'm speculating that maybe he was just like, hey, my career is over. The thing I've worked my entire life for is over. So therefore, there's nothing else for me to live for.
He wasn't recovering. It's it's February 2026 now.
February 2026. But what I'm saying is, like, you as a player are not the
Yeah.
same. You don't move the same. You don't act the same.
Okay.
And he's not, at least based off his contract, he's not the highest paid
Well,
wide
no,
receiver,
but yeah.
right? So maybe I'm speculating, maybe his agent was kind of like, hey, like, the league thinks you're kind of done, right? Like, you were okay before, but now leagues don't want to take a risk on you moving forward, right? Like, your career is kind of over. And I don't think a lot of boys think about this, but like, sport careers are short. On average, I think in the NFL, the average career is 3 years. But we look at like Tom Brady's and all the other guys who've been making it for, 15, 20 plus years. On average, it's 3 years. So I'm saying maybe Rondell Moore was like, hey, my career's over, and I've been working my entire life for it, and I don't know anything else. I don't have any other value as a person, maybe. I don't know.
Right. And that's one of the things I want to talk about. Like, this man has done something incredible when, like, just to make it to the NFL. And this goes in some ways does relate to the looks maxing, because what it creates this notion that you cannot be satisfied with where you are and appreciative. You can't appreciate the body you're in. You always are competing with someone else. And if you're an athlete, you can take a moment and say, I'm at least in a position. No, he's a multimillionaire, because we went over this the other day about the minimum NFL players make. So it was actually more than MLB players.
Yeah, he's making, at least based off this, he's made $8 million. So
you are in financial status that the vast majority of this country will not get to. And you made it to a league that probably less than 1% of people who, I would say, leave college at any sort of competitive division get into. You made it. You made it to such heights, and he stayed in for 5 years. And then it wasn't even something of his own. It was a knee injury, and it wasn't, like you said, it may not have been the same, but it wasn't impossible even, unless the recovery didn't happen at all and it was impossible. I don't know. But regardless, even if he tried out and then teams didn't sign him, even if he was at his best and, like you said, they didn't want to take the risk, why do you feel, after making it to this such high place, being a multimillionaire, why would this man feel he has no value? That shows that this man feels like his value was, it's not just like Like, there are men with no money who can feel this way. But this is how bad it is with some men, that someone with $8 million or however many million in the bank who made it to the highest level of the sport that he trained his whole life to play in still feels he has no value just because, at least for now, he can't play for the next year. It's all gone. That no, I just wanted to end with that.
Yeah,
Shows
yeah.
that we are at a terrible place with men and their mental health, and we really need to address it. But go ahead.
No, I definitely agree with you. We're a horrible place, but I think unfortunately, the value or the identity for men is almost again the same stigmas. You're a protector, you're a provider, performance, right? And if you don't have those things, again, the question is, what are you? Who are you, right? Um, if his entire identity, if his entire being is being a football player and nothing else, when that is taken away, in essence, I don't think maybe he doesn't even know that he is more than just football, right? More than just a football player. I have a couple of guy friends, when they're unemployed, like in general, like the way they talk to me, they're like, yo man, I'm nothing, I can't do that. I'm like, bro, you're still a person.
Is still
You're still a person, even though, like, yes, like, you're still looking for work, you're still doing that, doing term, like, you're still a person. Like, your partner still loves you. I still love you. Your mom and dad still love you. They still care about you. You're still a person, right? Like, yes, financially speaking, you are down, but you're not down and out, right? Um, but I also have friends who are athletes, and like when they are injured, and like their whole demeanor, like their spirit just crushed. I've been there myself, but I've been fortunate enough that my personal camp supported me enough to keep me stable and level.
yeah.
My athlete friends, they've also had their support group to keep them level and stable. Um, and also it's like now my athlete friends, or even my unemployed friends, like they have other hobbies, other interests, and like that's what keeps them. Like, nah, you know what? I got wake up in the morning. I still got something to do. I still got something going on.
Right.
Um, that's that's what I was telling earlier to Shen. I was just like, hey, like the world richest man, but that's his entire personality. That's his entire shtick, right? All he can literally talk about is like how rich I am, how much money I got. Because when I hear him in interviews and talking, one, he sounds like a robot. Two, he sounds boring as shit. Everyone
Yeah,
thinks
he's a towel. He's dry as fuck.
yeah, right. Everyone thinks he's so smart and such a brilliant person. I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm not saying that. But also, like, if you read what he's saying, it's not interesting. He's not in reality whatsoever. So
No.
yeah, all that to say is the fact that my assumption is that Rondell Moore maybe was obsessed with like being in football, playing football, and not say acknowledging.
But
I
yeah,
don't think he was aware of like the blessing he has, maybe, or maybe even he had sent some sort of deep depression that I don't know about.
so many men do. And let's not forget that the NFL has been trashed with CTE and what it can do to people's minds. Okay.
Oh
it
yeah.
can certainly make people violent, but it could also be violent to themselves.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that was the cause of it, but it can't help these constant concussions or potential for them can create immense mental health problems for players even after they retire. You know, it I do feel concerned just that about the people around him. I don't know who he had, but a lot of times men, you talked about a support system. This is a multimillionaire. I don't know if he has that. You can't buy that. That's what you can't buy. You can't buy decency, you can't buy decent friends. You can buy popularity. People could fill your house. Doesn't mean they're good friends. Invest in this, invest in that. I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about someone that's gonna say, bro, you're in a dark place right now, and I want to help you get out of it.
Yeah.
Rondale could have coached.
Ooh.
He could have coached other young people. Rondale could have gone into sports business. He could have, there's so many things he could have done. He could have worked on becoming a commentator. He could have been a mentor to other people who had career-ending injuries. There's a million things this man could have done, but you and I weren't there. I don't know who was there. I'm not saying there isn't anyone there, but I highly doubt, unfortunately, that there are people preaching these things to him constantly. What he's probably hearing a lot of is your worth on the field is diminished.
Yeah.
Not your worth is so high in all these other areas. Think of all these blessings, all these kids that you could teach to play football, but also teach them other things so that they'll have something to fall back on and say, listen, this taught me about how I'm a complete person. I was thinking when you said I am a person, our late Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What did he say? I am somebody. That
I am
was
somebody.
he, because we don't say that in this country, right? We forget we're somebody. We are a laborer first for somebody. We are rich. We've made it financially, but not I am somebody, period. I am somebody for existing. Because the basis of this country is that you are born and the things you need to survive are not there for you. Food isn't a given. Healthcare isn't a given. Education isn't a given. Housing isn't a given. In many ways, overall, public safety and equal protection isn't a given, even though we try to act like it is. But even if we just focus on those necessities, and even something more abstract, but that we need love and support isn't a given. But focusing on what the state country provides, your body, you're human, you need these things to survive. And this country still says, go out there and find it. Go out there and do what you got to do to earn it. Well, at least it does for certain people. Other people, the country doesn't, but their dad and their mom, because they're rich enough. You know, the people are probably rich enough to fucking expand their jawline for fun.
I want to add on, at least talking about the idea of like, I am somebody. So one of my other favorite rappers, Chance the Rapper, from his album called Acid Rap. He has a song called Everybody is Something. And one of the lyrics he has here is very simple. Everybody's somebody's everything.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Right? And the song is very simple. It's just I like Chance up until his wife CD, whatever he had. It was I think it's called One Day or Clear Day. I forgot what it was. It was a follow-up project to Coloring Day, or Coloring Book rather. But the fact, when I heard that song for the first time, I remember, I think I was in college or a little bit past college. No, I was in college. Because my cousin Sebastian was like, yeah, we listen to this kid, Chance the Rapper. I was like, who the fuck is that? And listen to a couple of songs, and in that song, I listened to it. Everybody, somebody, something, everything. And I thought about it. I was just like no matter what, if I don't graduate college, if I do graduate college, become a teacher or not become a teacher, someone still cares about me. And I'm not gonna lie, I have contemplated like just stopping everything, right?
Yep.
But then something comes in my head and be like, yo, you're gonna cause so much pain for these people.
Yep.
And that's one. The other thing is, to be honest, I am too terrified. I'm too scared of it's like the knowns and knowns, unknowns, not knowns.
You're right.
This is my unknown, right? What I do know is this life. What I do know is here.
Right.
And like I'm comfortable with that. I have no idea what's on the other side.
Right.
And if it happens, it happens, but I can't do it myself.
Right.
I just can't do it myself.
I didn't even realize, and I think a lot of men don't realize, we don't talk about ideations. I didn't think it was abnormal. I thought, oh, doesn't everyone have ideations? And it's like, no, not the recurrence of ideations of ending life is not normal. It's not like, and I hate to use the word normal, but mentally, or like I should say healthy, is not what a healthy, mindset has. I thought it was normal until like my mid-20s. And then someone else said it wasn't normal. And she said she didn't know it wasn't normal. And I was like, oh, now I didn't know it wasn't normal. But I thought everybody regularly. It's like, no. Also, there's a lot of people who, you know, have more support, more finances. But I'm not just talking about that. Just like being in a healthier mental state means that's not regularly happening. And I will tell you that when I was more in general financially sound and also felt more turn on reactions, I swear, at the absolute worst time, this fucking thing pops up to like give me an advert of some shit. We're talking about like life ending shit. It's like, do you want to react? But a lot of people, like my mental health, no surprise, more money. And it's not about having a fucking, I don't even want to say island anymore. I don't think anyone I think the whole concept of an island should have sunk now. I don't think anybody should. I think we're done with. Hopefully this one, everybody said no islands.
I mean, I have seen a lot of dark jokes nowadays. Like I saw one was like, it's hard being a 12-year-old boy because you got to compete against these billionaires. I was like, oh,
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh no, oh no.
But yeah, we gotta. I don't care how rich you are. Normal people don't want islands. Anyway, it's not about a million luxuries. It is about the fact that being comfortable. People don't just deserve to get by. That's the minimum, and we don't even get that shit, as I illustrated. We barely get the services we're supposed to get. It's like competing against who's going to outlast bureaucracy and fucking being, you know, left on red a million times and disconnected. That's a whole other thing. Bureaucratic exhaustion. But the thing is, like, people's health, when people have these basic needs, their mental health is better. This man that we're talking about had a lot more than his basic needs met.
Yeah.
He achieved what many people can only dream of. And yet he still did not feel his value was so tied to that the second I can't offer that, it's not about that I can help my family financially, all the knowledge I could do to help other people. It's like his value was tied to a thread. And the second that thread cut, that's it. And that should tell us something about the state that men are in, that so many of them don't feel a thing if they can't provide a thing.
That is the I would say negative side effects of a capitalistic, I'm going to say unregulated capitalistic.
Yeah.
Unregulated capitalistic society. Because at least in my opinion, I don't think, no matter what society you pick or what ideology society, you're going to have issues and problems no matter what. I don't think the financial ideals or the financial theoretical systems itself are necessarily always bad, right? I think it's always the people that make it bad. But in this case, it is unregulated capitalistic society. That is the negative effect of just, again, when you chase shallow things, you become a shallow person, and when you have shallow standards, you will break under anything. You will fall under almost anything. Again, my perfect example is Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It's like, when people hold them accountable, like look at any of those people who are like super high up and very superficial. When you hold them accountable a little bit, they crumble, and then they point at other people, being like, "Well, you suck," and this, that, but the Dow's going up. Like, shut up.
Right, like what he did to that reporter when she questioned him about being in the Epstein files, and he said, "I don't think I've ever seen you smile. Like you're not a good reporter." It was like such a baby, like immature response. And that's the president of the United States. How is a parent going to tell a boy, that's not how you speak to a woman. But the president speaks to women that way.
I mean, listen, whether we agree or disagree politically speaking, right? I think I would hope, right? I hope that we can all agree the fact that our president is making us look bad,
Hmm.
right? Domestically, internationally, we look bad, and if you think he's making us look good, honey boo boo, right? Look at yourself in the mirror, right? Wipe the shit off your mirror. Look at yourself.
Yeah.
There's shit on your face too. All right, it's shit all over the place, right? He puts glitter on shit. What is it?
Yeah.
Still shit.
Yeah. He just spelled his name in glitter.
He,
That's it. But this, just to close, man, we got to check in more. And I think I just wondered with Rondale, like, how lonely this man must have been, but how many people would have been happy to be a part of his community.
I
It
think
just really breaks my heart.
yeah, I think
that thought.
I think also for people like Rondell, like honestly speaking, I think also like his world is a little isolating, right? There's
Mhm.
not many. I mean, there are lots of athletes who've been injured, and either made a recovery, made it back,
Mhm.
whatever. But I don't. I'm going to assume within like his immediate group or immediate circle, they can't relate and understand his pain, right?
Yeah,
Like that's a possibility.
Right.
Whereas more so for like me and my guy friends, or me to you, you to me, is like we're all fighting similar struggles, similar battles. Um, and again, in the case of Rondell, you have physically, mentally, emotionally trained yourself for this one thing and only thing. A lot of other people, I even have like an uncle who's like, I could have made it to the NFL if I didn't, tear my ACL in high school. Like, no, you weren't, right? Right? They don't understand that pain. But so I think maybe even he was unfortunately isolated in thinking that he was alone.
right.
So, but what I'm saying, I agree with you. I think maybe they're like maybe the NFL should have like a support group for like, hey, if you're injured, here's a support group for like other athletes who've been in your
Yeah.
similar situation. Are they
I-
going to do that? Probably not. Not probably not. They're not going to. That costs them money.
They should literally name it after him. If they're smart, they should name it like the the Rondale Program Society, like for athletes dealing with their second chapter, their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
No athlete should no one should commit suicide, period, ideally. But what bothers me again is that this man had his whole life ahead of him, and he did have the resources and he did have the means, and something in him still said not good enough for
Not enough.
life.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying we need people around him that's saying, you have so much you can offer this world.
Mm-hmm.
And like the isolating aspect is because many times of the people we have around us, which sounds like oxymoron, people around isolated, but they're isolating in that they don't empathize with you, that they're not really there for you, sometimes intentional, sometimes not. They just can't relate. They don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why you need people of different backgrounds, and also, diverse friends, meaningful friends that aren't just there for money. But I think that's a great idea, that there are people that the NFL could provide in these situations that do check-ins, that are former players, that are psychologists, are just reminding him, you're still somebody.
Could say better myself.
Yeah.
Could say better myself.
Well, anyway,
Did I shit on Red Pills today? Did I shit on them?
I think we all did it in many different colors. I think we all put some sprinkles and glitter on it.
Put some sprinkles of glitter on it. All right, so in order for me to talk to women, even though I'm married, right, I need to talk to them like they're people, or talk to them like they're one of my bros, because I flirt with my bros. But it's not gay to flirt with my bros, but it's gay if I try to impress women.
I think you should talk about many of the same subjects you talk about with your bros, not necessarily in the same way. You don't need to like mention your dick every 5 seconds, or
But
like
that's the best part. That's the
Well,
best part.
we're
being a
too
red pill.
early. We're too early in the conversation for that. But it's amazing that a lot of women will like if you take interest in them and pay attention and listen. And yes, compliment them on their appearance, but not in a nasty, corny ass way. Maybe they did something nice with their hair. Oh, but hair is gay. I'm sorry, but I like her eyelash. That's gay. She has cute eyebrows. I really do love eyebrows. And you like eyebrows? That's gay. It's interesting that all these different parts of a woman are somehow gay. Did I tell you once? Like I was in high school and I said, like this guy, my friend asked, "Did you smash?" I'm like, "Bro, it's the first date. Like I took her out," and he's like, "Gay."
So it's gay to go on a date with a
It's
woman
cool.
and
Yeah,
not
it's
have
gay
sex with her.
to go on a date with women. I was like, "What am I gonna do with the BX9?" Yes. Anyway,
I gotta ask you, Shen. Question: is it gay to go on a date with a woman but not have sex on the first date?
No, it's not.
Well,
yes.
you hear it here, folks.
Yeah.
It's not gay. You sure?
That's-
Because
I'm sure. Like
'Cause some people think that.
a lot of women prefer that.
they prefer not to have sex on the first date.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds pretty gay. That
Wow.
sounds pretty gay.
So you're gay then.
There you go.
Damn.
He's gay and yet married with a whole child.
Oh,
And don't get me wrong, there's some Republicans that have that too, but that's a different story. Anyway,
yeah.
but yes, I think that if you want something meaningful with women, you're looking down the wrong road if you're looking in black pill look max words that only you and your other boys will understand. Like, get out in the real world, as I say, touch some grass, speak to women. Don't expect to catch them all. They're not a fucking Zapdos.
No.
And like, understand that part of being a man and part of this process is putting yourself out there, is having rejection sometimes, and sometimes for shit reasons, no doubt. But you can't hate women and then want to be with women. Just don't work out like that.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Yep, but we don't get sponsored. Anyway, keep giving Nick Fuentes money because that's going great. We'll see you. Give us money instead. Peace.